is your AI briefing for May 24th, 2026, with 12 stories. So story 1. AI is changing the internet forever. Here's how. Google updates its search bar with AI, marking its largest overhaul in 25 years and reshaping how users find information online. The redesign makes search return synthesized answers alongside links, pushing publishers and SEO-heavy sites further down the page. It also turns Google into a more direct intermediary between users and the open web. Google's AI search overhaul will route more users through generated answers, reducing clicks to traditional websites and changing how information is discovered online. Story 2. The U.S. Navy's Project Overmatch sounds massive. Here's what it does. U.S. Navy's Project Overmatch uses AI systems in a multi-nation collaboration to track enemy military behavior, ending its previous secrecy. The system fuses sensor data, communications, and targeting inputs to build a shared operational picture across fleets and allies. That makes faster coordination possible in contested waters while raising the stakes of cybersecurity and interoperability. Project Overmatch gives the U.S. Navy AI-backed enemy tracking across allied systems, accelerating battlefield targeting and multi-nation military coordination. Story 3. Canva and Adobe are coming to Gemini, and they want to make everything chatty. Adobe and Canva integrate with Google Gemini to establish design workflows, shifting creative control dynamics. The integrations let users generate, edit, and iterate designs through Gemini instead of switching between separate apps. That gives Google a stronger position inside creative work and could pull more users into its ecosystem. Gemini's Adobe and Canva integrations turn Google's Assistant into a design entry point, shifting creative work from standalone apps into chat. Story 4. Anthropic says Mythos has already found more than 10,000 vulnerabilities. Mythos' security tool discovered over 10,000 high and critical vulnerabilities through Project Glasswing, helping partners identify severe bugs. The tool automatically scans codebases and flags severe flaws before attackers can exploit them. Its findings give security teams a much larger backlog of urgent fixes than manual review alone could produce. Anthropic's Project Glasswing has already uncovered over 10,000 high-severity bugs, directly expanding partner vulnerability remediation across critical software. Story 5. AI can pass the Turing test in live chats and appear more human than us. I'm spooked now. UC San Diego study shows GPT 4.5 fooled humans in live chats more often than actual people, challenging AI disclosure norms. The model used conversational context cues to persuade judges it was human, outperforming real participants in some live exchanges. That result complicates bot detection and strengthens arguments for clearer disclosure when people chat with AI. GPT 4.5 fooled live chat participants more often than real people, forcing platforms to tighten AI disclosure and identity verification rules. Story 6. Google wants Gemini to help build the next big scientific breakthrough. Gemini for Science offers experimental tools for hypothesis generation, computational testing, and literature review beyond simple research summaries. The system combines language models with scientific tools to propose testable ideas and run analysis on them. Researchers can use it to speed up discovery in fields where literature volume and experiment design are major bottlenecks. Gemini for Science adds hypothesis generation and computational testing, giving labs a faster path from literature review to experimental design. Story 7. OpenAI has a new website where you can check if an image is real or AI slop. OpenAI partners with Google to deploy invisible watermarks and metadata for verifying AI-generated images through a public tool. The verification system checks whether an image carries matching provenance data and tamper-resistant marks from the creation process. It aims to give platforms and users a faster way to separate authentic media from synthetic content. OpenAI's verification tool helps platforms and users flag AI images with watermarks and metadata, making synthetic media harder to pass as real. Story 8. Sketchy imbalances in data training are distorting AI-generated mental health guidance. The bias comes from uneven representations of diagnoses, demographics, and treatment language in training corpora. As a result, the models can sound confident while giving advice that underestimates risk or misses key context. Training data bias is skewing AI mental health advice, putting users at risk of misleading guidance from tools people may trust as clinical help. Story 9. A News: All model labs are now agent labs. AI industry leaders are pivoting from model development to agent-focused research, signaling a fundamental shift in how companies approach autonomous AI systems. Companies are shifting from building standalone models to creating autonomous software that can take actions across tools and workflows. That change puts more value on orchestration, memory, and permissions than on raw benchmark scores. AI companies are shifting from model building to agent building, pushing product roadmaps toward autonomous systems that act instead of merely answer. Story 10. Microsoft reports AI is more expensive than paying human employees. Microsoft reveals AI token costs now exceed human salaries, with agents driving expenses up 300% year-over-year as companies struggle with scaling inference. Inference costs are climbing because each agentic request can trigger many model calls, tool uses, and retries. Businesses now face a gap where automated systems can cost more per task than human workers doing the same job. Microsoft says AI now costs more than human labor for many tasks, squeezing enterprise margins as inference and agent usage balloon. Story 11. ChatGPT and rival AI tools have a political misinformation problem, researchers say. New research says AI election answers are often wrong, and that could become a bigger issue. Researchers found the systems often failed to distinguish current election facts from outdated or misleading material. That leaves voters vulnerable to confident but incorrect answers from tools people increasingly use for civic information. Researchers found chatbots give unreliable election information, increasing the risk that voters will absorb false political claims from AI tools. Story 12. Research shows educational institutes must not put too much faith in AI text detectors. UF researchers found 99.6% false negative rates in 5 popular AI detectors, defeated by a single vocabulary tweak. The detectors collapsed after a trivial wording change, showing they key too heavily on surface patterns rather than true authorship. Universities that rely on them risk false accusations and missed cheating when students lightly edit their text. UF researchers showed popular AI detectors miss nearly all rewritten AI text, making schools' plagiarism checks unreliable after tiny prompt changes. That is the briefing for today.